since 2005. He's a friend and golf partner. He is anchored in major markets like Phoenix, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Chicago, and he's an Emmy Award-winning journalist with over 30 years of experience in the profession. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Kris Long.
Wow. Pat, this is special. I mean, this is very, very, very special. This is my first star installation I've ever attended. I cannot imagine that many of them get crowds any larger than this. And I got to tell you, I know people who wanted to be here, but couldn't. Although this is really a pretty good time to start it, because leave it to Patrick to get cocktail hours started a little bit early, which is all good. Oh, wait a minute. You will hopefully several times see me going to this pen in the back of my business card to make a quick notation. Every time I get a laugh, I want to remember it, because I know Patrick will critique me on Monday morning. Oh, that qualifies as another one right there. He can be rough. All right, my job is to talk a little bit about Patrick Evans Ayachetta, his real given name. Some know him as the patron saint of Lynchburg, Tennessee. Hell, I love this crowd. For you who aren't laughing, that, of course, the hometown of Jack Daniels. And I think Patrick is probably responsible for a minimum of 30% of that town's income on an annual basis. Patrick, as some of our other folks said, arrived here in the Valley 12 years ago, back in August of 2002, I believe it was. And I think it's fair to say that this place has never been the same since. But I mean that in a good way. It's improved. Now, was it MacArthur arriving back on the Philippines? Was it the Beatles arriving in New York? Was it Armstrong landing on the moon? Perhaps not. But in his own inimitable way, am I doing all right, buddy? Am I doing all right? Everybody has to laugh, not just you. I gotta do it. In his own way, he has done nothing but improve the fabric of life in this valley. And the reason is, he truly is a man who cannot say no. As I have been wont to say, Patrick would MC a game of solitaire. As long as that person playing benefited from his work. I have known this guy literally to do not one, not two, but 3 events a day. Many of us in the TV world are asked to do those things now and then. I would estimate that, Pat, for every one I do, you do what? 5, 6, 7 at a minimum. However, there is a dark, dirty little secret about Patrick and his philanthropy. Oh, I'm going to love this. Many of you know it already. He loves to help, he does help, but Pat hates to buy lunch. Or dinner. He certainly hates to buy those Jack Daniels he likes so much. Little story. I think it was 2 years ago. We got done doing a late newscast on CBS Local 2, got down off the anchor desk. I noticed Patrick wasn't his usual ebullient self. Cracking wise, singing Frank. So I said to him, I didn't say Frank. I can't count that. I said, Patrick, what's the problem? He said, Kris, believe it or not, I don't have a single event tomorrow. I don't have anything to MC, I don't have anything to auction, I don't have anything to host, I don't have anything to speak. He was down. He said, I'll just get up in the morning, spend a little time with my 3 dogs, and come into work in the afternoon. Well, I left Pat that night hoping for the best. I didn't actually see what happened the next day, but I've got it on very good authority, and it went like this. About 11:30, quarter to 12, Patrick had played with his dogs, got a little hungry, got in that Cadillac, left his Rancho Mirage estate, and headed over to get something to eat. Walks in the door, walks up to the counter. Young lady, of course, recognizes him. It happens everywhere. Mr. Evans, good to see you. What would you like? Patrick said, I'll have a burger, fries, and a soft drink. They don't serve Jack, and he never drinks it before noon anyway. She said, okay, Mr. Evans, that'll be $6.75. Patrick started to sweat. $6.75, I'm buying my own lunch. And then what did this gentleman do? He immediately turned around, saw three people sitting at separate tables dining in that little fast food joint. Patrick started a live auction right there. That might get two. Patrick is one of the brightest guys I've ever known. Somebody mentioned he graduated from the University of Virginia. You have to have a lot of gray matter between your ears to graduate from that fine institution that Thomas Jefferson founded many, many years ago. Despite it being a land-grant school, it's an excellent one, Patrick. Few examples of just how bright this gentleman is here. Like all of us, as we get older, we become a little follically challenged. I'm included in the group, I'll admit it. Patrick's sure as hell in the group. He needed some hair product. Your sister laughed there. Once again, he didn't want to spend much money, so he started thinking, where can I get an endorsement deal and get my hair product? Pat got it. Pittsburgh Paint.
I love you, Kris.
Wasn't long after that, Patrick started thinking, you know what? I need a secondary income. I need another revenue stream here. He thought and thought and thought. He was at home with 3 dachshunds down at his feet. Couldn't think of what he was going to do. And all of a sudden it hit him, sausage. And that's working too. But I think the greatest indication of the cerebral nature of this young gentleman we honor today is when you think about the career he has and where he's doing it. I mean, he's a meteorologist in Palm Springs. Minimum 100 or 330, 340 days of sunshine a year. This man has made a very good living, ladies and gentlemen, saying today sunny and pleasant, tomorrow sunny and pleasant, next week sunny and pleasant. That is great. I'm going to have all the proof I need Monday morning. I can't leave without talking about, and someone mentioned it, an area that I have enjoyed many, many fine hours with Patrick. I see a number of people in the crowd who have as well. That's the great world of golf in this wonderful golfing mecca in which we live. John White, right back here in News Channel 3, he's a golfer who plays with us all the time. As a matter of fact, John was the best man at Patrick's 2006 wedding. That worked well. Bob Ware over here, great salesman, of course, with CBS Local 2. Also, by the way, an expert on earthquakes. If you have any questions, just ask about it. I saw Vern Mario somewhere around here. My gosh, do I love Vern Mario. Longtime friend of Patrick's. Now, this gentleman is a new octogenarian, I believe, but he's got hair that we all admire. And Ann, your husband has a hollow leg because we all took a trip down to a Chargers game back in the fall, and I'm telling you, he was the last one standing. I don't care what his age is. Amazing. Patrick's golf swing. Unique, diabolical, uncharacteristic. I don't know how you describe it. I will leave it to the late, great Kenny Venturi, the great PGA Tour player and, of course, the golf announcer for many years, another dear friend of Patrick's, who described it like this. Said, Patrick, when you swing a golf club, you look like an orangutan falling out of a tree. But Patrick looks at golf a little different than the rest of us. He doesn't go out there hoping to shoot in the 70s, hit a 250-yard drive, make the perfect swing. He wants a couple things. He wants laughs. He wants libations. And I can guarantee you we get all of those when we're out there playing golf. But Patrick, in all seriousness, you are a lovely man. You are a dear friend to both Sally and me. We've been with you through many drinks, many dinners, many holidays, you name it. And I know I speak for everyone here. I really think you are perhaps the most people-oriented person I have ever known in my life. My wife is good. She's people-oriented. I know I'm not. But you you take the bill. You love people. You love being around people. And fortunately, people love you, because if they didn't, that would be a problem. I am 17 years your senior, but I promise you this, my good man. You have taught me things about friendship, and I'm honored to call you my friend. Now, in the future, when you leave this Coachella Valley, Patrick, matter of fact, when you leave this earth, I want you to know that I will still walk by here. And I will look down, probably shed a tear or two. Then I will look up there through one of those cumulonimbus clouds you're always impressing people with. And I'll probably sing a little bit of Summer Wind. Now, I know you like to say, Kris, you know the first verse of every song written, and you don't know the second verse of any song. I promise you, my good man, after being around you for 9 years, I know every single word of Summer Wind. Well-deserved honor. Again, congratulations to you. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless Patrick Evans. And God bless the rest of you sons of Italy as well.
Thank you, Kris Long. I would like to take just a moment to acknowledge long time television host for Talk of the Desert, the beautiful Miss Melinda Reed. Melinda has her own star on the walkway. Patrick, you're the only person in the whole Coachella Valley, besides myself, that I know of that's from Virginia. Our next speaker is president of CB Strategies, a strategic communications firm and former